Crystals raise your vibration from the inside out. They clear energy from your environment, your home or office, and both. You can have them in your bedroom on your night table. There are so many different ways that you can use crystals that are simple and practical in your daily life. They cleanse energy, they help to attract, and then Dragonstone Septarian actually helps to create this invisibility cloak to hide your energy from outside influences. They help to reduce stress. Lapis Lazuli helps you with your throat chakra because it's just as important to hold what you're saying as it is to speak your truth and to not eat your words. It's also important to get rid of that, what you've just eaten, because it's not always appropriate to say things. Maybe it's a heated discussion with your partner or a supervisor or a friend when you know it's not going to make any difference. So why say something? So black tourmaline can absorb from you just by holding it to your throat chakra. Now, I don't think you can do this at work very often, but if you have black tourmaline on your desk, you can put your hand over it. If you're at home, hold it over your throat chakra for a little bit. And then I would, after your throat chakra is cleared, maybe 5-10 minutes, then you can also hold in your hands or directly on your throat chakra the lapis or any blue crystal. But I like lapis because it is the stone of communication. Pink Mangano and other ones help to smooth out help to smooth out and soothe emotions. So how do you do something when you're at work? How do you, because it's not always convenient, and it's not about drawing more attention to yourself. It's just about being able to connect in ways that support you without drawing more attention. And having worked for the Border Patrol as an admin assistant many years ago, I certainly didn't want to draw more attention to myself because I was already, like most of us, different. And I didn't need to add any kind of, oh my God, there she goes again kind of stuff. So you can have this in a desk drawer, any of these palm stones, pink ones, rose quartz, Mangano Calcite, those kinds of things. Rose calcite, also known as cherry calcite. So that's just one way. If you're a guy, or ladies, if you have pockets that, in your pants or your whatever your work attire, you can put, a smaller one in your pocket and just have it with you. The main thing is when you have your crystals at work or you have them on your body during your day, make sure that you cleanse them at home at night near selenite, or if the moonlight comes in through your window, maybe you don't use it the next day, that particular one of ones, and then you can put them in the sunlight on a windowsill, not outside by themselves, because somebody might see them and help themselves. When your energy is clearer, it's easier to deal with the stressors and the issues that come up during the day, whether you're working for someone else or you're working for yourself. And so what do? If you're not in a place where you can have crystals at your workplace, then you can telepathically connect with that crystal or that energy color to help your vibration. How do you do that? Well, if you can excuse yourself, and it may be after a meeting or something like that, or maybe you're in a cubicle where you can close your eyes for just even 30 to 60 seconds. You just imagine a crystal at your house, in your collection, in your sacred space, wherever it is, and just imagine that you are connecting with that in your hand, and you can connect mentally, telepathically with that crystal, and it can help you to bring down the anxiety, the stress level, the emotions that just popped up, because, stuff triggers. We get triggered. Maybe there's something that was said, not to you, but you heard someone in passing, and it's like, oh, and it just triggers something. So there's another way. If you can have crystals at your workplace, or you work from home, put them on your desk. This is clear quartz. It does have some inclusions in there. I love those. Anyway, this is a generator quartz because it's a little bit shorter as opposed to an obelisk, a pillar. Some people call them wands, towers. Okay, so this is a tower. This is a generator, and I'm going to be careful here. There we go. So you can see the difference in the sizes and the shapes, right? Now, the generators can be, and most often are, human generated, so people have created these. That doesn't make them any less powerful. It is more about the clarity, the quality, and how you use it. So the generator can set up, especially if it is clear quartz, set up like a bubble around you of protection. If you have it on your desk, or your sacred space, wherever it is, you can put it near black tourmaline, because clear quartz magnifies the energy of every other crystal, mineral, and stone. And it's also a protection stone. Okay, so if you're really wanting to diffuse energies around you, you can pair clear quartz with dragonstone septarian. It doesn't have to be a palm stone. It can be a tower. I haven't really seen too many of those, but I'm sure they're around there. Or even a sphere. Okay, so that's what they can do. So how are other ways that you can use them in daily life? Well, recently I have been working with, this guy underneath my pillow at night, and I'm doing it now, let's see, several days or several nights in a row, and I'm going to continue it for the rest of this month. And it's just underneath my pillow, and being selenite, it doesn't need to be cleansed or recharged. However, I am choosing to put this on a larger slab just to help it, because the cords, the energy that it is dissolving, eliminating, and helping me to get rid of during my sleep time, which is an easy way to work the crystals in everyday life. So when I do this, it is actually absorbing, because it's selenite. Well, they all absorb energy. It absorbs the negativity, and during your sleep time, the conscious mind is less active. It's like, now it doesn't mean it doesn't wake you up at night with all of this junk that it just has going through, but it's less, thank you, it's more open to other energies. And so why not put palm stones underneath, this is peach moonstone, put them underneath your pillow at night. And then remember to cleanse them during the next morning, like for a day. And I will put anywhere from 3 to 5 palm stones underneath my pillow at night. Not every night. Now, if you want to carry dragonstone septarian around with you, for example, you could also have a selenite palm stone. You can put it in one of these, kind of like a muslin bag, and just carry it with you. Have it in your purse, ladies, or your backpack. Guys, gals, you can put it in a pocket to help keep it safe. This does make it a little bit bulkier, but it works. You could, let's see what else. One of my favorite ways, and yes, I work from home, and I am, earrings and bracelets and necklaces. And here are some other examples. You can wear beautiful crystal jewelry during the day to match your outfit and protect yourself in that way. And then when you get home at night, you're going to take them off at some point and put them in a selenite bowl or on a selenite slab to cleanse the energy, and then put them away. Every crystal has its own vibration. So even if you had two or three peach moonstones, they have similar characteristics. Well, they have the same characteristics because it's peach moonstone. And yet, let's see if I can get this little there. That's a little easier for you to see the color. Each one will have a different vibration because, well, if you had a twin, everything would be very, very similar and matching, and yet there could be some subtle nuances that are different. So that's kind of what I mean. I hope that makes sense. If y'all have any questions, please list them below. And I will be putting in the show notes a list of the crystals that I have been sharing with you thus far, so you can, if you don't want to remember them, or, well, not that you don't want to, well, maybe you don't, but it will be easier to see them in a list and say, okay, so this is gray white chalcedony. Really good for enhancing and raising your vibe. All of these are. And this is Amphibole, excellent for manifestation, as well as the clear part, which is clear quartz, for protection, energy magnification. And the Amphibole part is because you have the inclusions, there we go, of the iron ore in it. Maybe that's better. And rather than the iron ore just being on the bottom or a side, these are actual rods of the iron ore, manganese, and sometimes hematite, as well as some of the other inclusions. So it's really good for manifestation and attraction. White Fan Calcite, energy purification, protection, clearing your path, those kinds of things. So I think we've covered everybody that's here. Oh, I almost forgot this guy. This is a new one. Well, it's new to me, new-ish. And it's just one I have just barely started working with. It's called Magnetite. Not magnesite with an S, but Magnetite. And this one is about, its primary metaphysical properties are about magnetic attraction. And it being black, my sense is that it also is grounding. Okay, so is the black tourmaline and the Dragonstone Septarian. Dragonstone Septarian is excellent for manifestation energies as well. Black tourmaline, I love black tourmaline. Okay, so Magnetite. And this little guy probably weighs close to 2 pounds. These are heavy. So they have some density to them, which is also really good for grounding. Okay. So we did that. I'm just going over my notes because I get into these and I start channeling information as well. And there's some things I want to make sure that I share with you. So the primary benefits of using crystals in everyday life: raise your vibration, channel out stress, anxiety, welcome in higher vibrations. Rose quartz, which I didn't share with you here today, is for your heart chakra. It is the primary love crystal. And then yet, pink Mangano can help with that as well. And this one, maybe you can see, it has some striations of white. So not only does it have pink for self-love, self-care, unconditional love, and your heart chakra, the white striations help with energy clearing. whatever you put under your pillow at night, if you choose to do that. Selenite, the Selenite Athames or Athames, the knives, cut energy in such an amazing way. So what other ways can you use these? Hold them while you're reading or watching your favorite program, while you're journaling, meditating. You can have them right next to you. I have quite a few on my nightstand, and I don't always put things underneath my pillow at night, but I do often. And this one is going to stay under my pillow for at least another 2 weeks, because the energy that I have dissolved has been very persistent, and I want to make sure that that energy tie, those cords, get the message that they are no longer wanted, they are unneeded, and they have been banished. So, sometimes people are stubborn, and it isn't even anything that you need to speak to someone about, because that can just make a mess. And it often can. And it just flares things up. And being able to wear, especially for us ladies, although there are guys now, quite a few, that wear bracelets too, right? So you can wear them on your wrist. And what do people say to me over the years is, well, how do you know which ones to wear? Well, I just put them on. I just put them on. And it's kind of whatever color I'm wearing, but sometimes I'll just wear them all. And so I'll have a cuff on both wrists of bracelets. And then when I'm ready from the end of the day, I will just take them off and put them in this huge selenite bowl so that they can then cleanse themselves overnight. So try different ways to use your crystals. Think of some ways that resonate with you. And if you already have been, then do it more often. Have them near you. And if you have crystals near you, like on the table, my lamp table where I watch my programs, I have a huge piece of selenite so that whatever's around me is always being cleansed, and recharged. And even if I'm not holding a crystal, there are crystals all around my home, but I still hold them or put the larger ones in my lap. And sometimes I'll even put that 5-pound selenite, and it's about like this wide, and it's fairly long, more than a foot. So I'll put it on my lap and just leave it there. And I'll have other crystals on my lap as well, the really big ones. And the smaller ones, I may hold one, and usually in my left hand, because energy comes in through the left and comes out the right. And yes, even if you're left-handed, the point I like to have, the termination I like to have pointing, away from me, the tips of my fingers, so that it draws the focused or the laser focused energy in and comes out the base. Now, if you want a really quick zap, do it the other way, so that the energy is drawn in from the base and shoots through. When I do this, I usually do it with the termination pointing to my fingertips so that it draws in and doesn't go blasts me. And then I will have my right hand facing the ground. Now, it doesn't matter if you're on the 20th floor or not, because all the materials that went into making that building came from Mother Earth in one form or another. So you are still connecting with Mother Earth. Or you can aim your hand out a window. Figure out ways that you can, if you haven't already, and if you do, how can you do it more often using crystals in your everyday life? Love to hear from you, beautiful soul. Have an amazing rest of your day, evening, weekend. Namaste.